everybody, this is Bill Sanders, and this is WatchArtSci, the art and science of watch collection. Today we're going to take a look at Jack's chronograph collection. I call it that because it's got a lot of chronographs in it. In fact, out of the 7 watches, only 2 of them aren't chronographs. So if you like chronographs, I think you're going to like this collection a lot. First of all is the Tudor Oyster Date Chrono Time, and it has a big magnified date that you see in Rolexes, and that's sort of a heritage to Rolex because they, as you know, Tudor is owned by Rolex, and it's got 3 subdials, and then it has 2 push buttons, and then the crown on the left side up there, on the right side. All right, the next one is a Fortis chronograph, and it's much like the first one, except it only has 2 subdials instead of 3. And it's one I like a lot. I like the dial on it. I like that cream-colored dial with it's either dark blue or black. On the subdials, they have the face on those, and then the orange hands. It's something that is a very functional watch in terms of being able to see everything clearly. All right, the next watch is an Omega Seamaster chronograph, and it is something like the Fortis chronograph, and it has the dark blue in there and the orange hands, and it has on the right side, it's got the 3 nubs, I guess, 1 crown and 2 push buttons, and it's a nice clean watch. It does remind me a bit of the Tudor, except it doesn't have the date. Okay. Now the next one is a Tag Heuer Monza. I like the Monza a lot. It's I like the cushion shaped dial on it, or actually it's a cushion shaped case, and it's just a very good looking watch. And again, it's got the 3 subdials, and then on the right, it's got the crown and 2 push buttons. Also, too, an interesting thing about this watch is that 2 of the subdials have sort of that cushion shape that goes with the case shape, and then one at the bottom is round. So it's an interesting watch. Okay, let's take a look at the last chronograph. It's an IWC Flieger chronograph, and it's like the other ones. It's got 3 subdials, and the only difference in this one is that it has the date. It shows the day of the week and the date on it, and it's a nice clean looking watch. It looks like the glass on it is sort of beveled a bit upward, comes out a bit. Anyway, that's a nice looking watch. Finally, we come to the 2 that are not chronographs, a Tag Heuer Aqua Racer and a Rolex Submariner. I gotta tell you, other than the fact that the Rolex has the magnifier over the date, those 2 watches look a lot alike, and they both have a black face, a black bezel. They have the hour markers at 12, 3, 6, and 9 o'clock. I mean, these 2 watches have a lot of design characteristics in common, and but they're different. Okay, the interesting thing is that the tag. The bracelet on the tag looks considerably thinner than the one on the Rolex. Now that could be simply the way I'm looking at it, I don't know. Okay, well, now here you have a collection that if you like chronographs, you ought to get chronographs. And Jack certainly did that. He's a chronograph kind of guy. And the two, the Aqua Racer and the Submariner, even though they're not chronographs, they got that same sort of shape and style as the other five chronographs do. So it's a collection that is, I guess you could say it's sort of hard to say. There, you have a lot of watches that are very similar. I'll put it that way. There's nothing wrong with that. If those are the kind of watches you like, great. Um, all right. Now, if anyone would listen to me on here, and there's no reason to, I would definitely get a dress watch to go there. I get two watches that I'd add to this collection. I'd pick up a Nomos for every day at work, and I would get a nice dress watch. And there are a lot of different dress watches in the same price range. Jack did say that he doesn't like spending more than $10,000, and I don't think he likes spending $10,000 on a watch. And who can blame him? Because you can get a lot of really good watches for a lot less out there. All right, so let's say, well, in addition to a dress watch, and a dress watch I would suggest would be oh boy, let's see. There are a lot of good looking dress watches. Well, again, if you can find a good used Patek Philippe or Vacheron Constantin or a Audemars Piguet or even a Jaeger-LeCoultre, in fact, a suggestion might be that you could wear it in two different situations. Would be get a nice man-sized reverso from Jaeger-LeCoultre, and you could use that for both every day at work and also going out and putting on the dog. Okay, that's it. Let's hear what you have to say. And as always, this is an invitation to subscribe if you like. Until next Friday, this is Bill Sanders with WatchArtSci, the Art and Science of Watch Collection.